You upload to the what is it? Which one is it? Or you send me?
I think I send you a WhatsApp.
You send me, okay. Because I want to talk about that also. This is this the one? Yeah. I want to talk about this one. Because I don't want to keep talking about the same thing again and again. I want you to learn new stuff. Okay. So, do you have any idea what this is about? What this topic is about? Hmm? Quick one. You know means you know. You don't know. Uh, uh, it's not so much about graph, but it's an extension of graph. Okay, it's an extension of graph. So if you read just over here, you give two quantities x and y. So basically you have okay. So we talked about graph before, right? So a graph follows a format. What's that format? That a graph y equals to mx plus c. By the way, right, not every graph follow this. So graph of linear equation or function. Okay, graph of linear function follows this format: y equals to mx plus c. And what is your m? M is your
Gradient.
Gradient. Very good. Or in layman term, slope. Okay. Then what is c?
Y-intercept.
Very good. Y-intercept. Okay. So in layman term, the point can you see or not?
Yeah.
Okay. The point where the line cuts y-axis. Okay. So, yep. What's the meaning of linear function? X to the power 1. Okay, x to the power 1. Okay, so what about x to the power 2? What is this? What is this then? Is this a linear function?
No.
No, this is a quadratic function. Do you think we have learned about quadratic function? Give me an example. So what's a quadratic function? X to the power 2. So this type. How do you solve this?
Must split the x.
Yeah, you split the x squared to xx, right?
Yeah.
And then you split this to sorry, this is a 3. So you split to minus 1 and 4. One possible answers. Minus 4 and 1, another possible answer, right?
Yeah.
And then you cross multiply. Okay, and check, right?
Yeah.
Then so for this is the answer. So then you can so what is this? This is called your factorization. Okay. So what is factorization and what is expansion? Factorization and expansion. Okay, so in simple terms, if I use this example, okay, so this one is factorization. What is expansion? You open the bracket, lor. Um, and then you end up with this. So this is factorization with brackets. This is expansion without a bracket. And do you know that what's so special about factorization and expansion? They are opposite to each other. Okay? This one, if you expand, you get this. Right? And then this one, you factorize, you get this. Okay? So in a way, expand means remove the brackets. Then factorize means bracket them. Does it make sense? Okay? So now, this is a quadratic function, x to the power of 2, x squared. This is a linear function, x to the power of 1. Okay? So today, we will talk about an extension of graph. Okay? Which is, actually this concept is called proportionality. Can you see the proportional? Proportionality. Okay? And by the way, we have talked about this concept before, right?
Yeah.
Many times. Okay? So if you have 2x equal to 4, how do you get x? You divide by 2 on the left hand side, and divide by 2 on the right, right?
Yeah.
So you get x equals to 2, right? So this is for equation. This is for equation. This is an equation, right?
Yeah.
How do you know this is an equation?
The equal sign.
Yes, very good. Then what about this? How do you do this question? So what is this? Is it equation or something else?
Something else.
This is called inequality. So what's so special about inequality? So you divide by -2, right? And over here divide by -2, right? Do you know why I divide by -2?
To find x.
Yes, so you get x. Over here, 4 divided by -2 is -2. So what do? So how? We divide by 2 already. We divide by 2 here, eh? Then what about this?
The sign
Change, switch. Why? Because when it comes to inequality, switch the inequality sign when times or divide by a negative number on both sides. So you have to remember this statement when it comes to inequality. So what's the statement?
The inequality sign must switch if it is negative on both sides.
Read this key statement. Don't go and add, don't go and subtract. Just read all the keywords. Can you read it one time?
Switch the
Yeah.
inequality sign.
Switch means change lah. Yeah. Then
Sign when times or divide by a negative number on both sides.
okay, good. So are you ready to repeat?
Switch the inequality sign
Mm.
if it is times or divide on both sides.
Times divide what?
Times or divide
Something on both sides.
by
Mm.
negative
Mhm.
numbers
Mhm.
on both sides.
Can you repeat full
Switch
sentence?
the inequality sign
Mhm.
if it's times or divide by a negative number on both sides.
Very good. So the keyword is times or divide negative number on both sides, switch inequality sign. Okay? Bigger become smaller. Understand? Okay, good. So now, so in this case, right, we are not talking about inequality. In this case, we are talking about proportionality. So when it comes to proportionality, proportionality, right? We have two cases. Case 1, case 2. So what is case 1? Case 1 is called direct. Direct proportional. The other one is called indirect. Or sometimes they call it inverse. Okay? I think it's pretty straightforward, right? So what's the meaning of direct? Okay? Direct means, okay, over here we are talking about x and y. So basically, it's just okay. Okay, let's not talk about. So let's talk about direct. Direct means direct relationship. So of course later on the second case is indirect relationship or inverse relationship. Okay? Or direct proportional relationship. Then the other one is indirect proportional relationship. So direct relationship is very simple, right? Do you know that we talk about boy and girl, right? It's also a relationship, right?
Yeah.
But over here we're not talking about boy and girl. Over here we're talking about x and y. Okay? So relationship is between at least two persons. Can you have a relationship with yourself?
No.
Maybe yes, but hard lah, very hard, right? Right? So always remember, if we are talking about relationship in real life, at least two persons. Okay? But when it comes to mathematics, right, we are not talking about boy and girl. Direct relationship is between x and y. Okay? But sometimes it can be A and B lah, or it can be C and D also. But at least two. Does it make sense? Okay? So direct relationship means what? Direct relationship means if I give a table of this, so I give you x, I give you y. Then I give you, oh, this is 0, then this is 1, this is 1, this is 2, this is 2, this is 3, this is 3, this is 4. Okay, so without telling you anything about x and y, I just show you this table of value. Then you are able to plot it out, right?
Yeah.
You are able to plot it out, right? So 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, good enough. This is x, and this is 1, 2, 3. I need to extend it a little bit. You are supposed to use a ruler. So this is 1, 2, 3, then 4. Okay, so when it's 0 is 1. Okay, first point. 1 and 2, second point. 2 and 3, third. So I'm able to get a straight line out, right? Am I right? So this is the table. And this graph, right, is based on the table of values, right? Right? Okay? This graph is from this table of values. Okay? So now, then if they ask you what's the relationship between the x and the y, so let's observe. From 0 to 1, 1 to 2, 2 to 3. So the x is going up, right? Am I right? Then what happened to the y? Your y goes up or comes down as you move. As x goes up, your y goes up or down? I'm talking about the value of y.
Up.
Okay, so as x goes up, right, y also goes up, right? So therefore this is called a direct relationship or direct proportional relationship. Okay? Makes sense, right? So can you tell me an example in real life? Something and something, and they have a direct proportionality relationship. So something goes up, something else goes up. So something goes down, then something else it goes down lah. So easy, right? Very easy, right? So can you tell me something in real life that has a direct proportional relationship? Quickly. What are you doing? Food consumption. Then the other one? You eat a lot. So what happened? You sleep more. Doesn't make sense, right? So what happened if you eat a lot more? If you eat a lot, what happened to you? What will go up?
Weight.
Yes. Okay? If you eat not so much, then your weight will come down. Okay? Generally. Does it make sense? One more. Speed. If your speed is very fast, so your distance, you can travel very far distance, right? Given the same time, right? Imagine a car and then an aeroplane. Which one is faster?
The aeroplane.
Yeah. Why? Because of the speed of the aeroplane, right?
Yeah.
So imagine they travel they want to travel some distance. So which one can travel the same distance faster? Aeroplane, right?
Yeah.
That's why we take aeroplane from Singapore to USA, right?
Yeah.
And we take we take car to reach from Jurong to Geylang, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so the speed goes up, the distance also goes up. Okay, let's say if you slow down, let's say you slow down like walking speed. If walking speed, I think your distance also go down a lot. It's just like I asked you to walk. Do you think that you can walk from your house to my house?
No.
Can lah, but doesn't make sense, right? Doesn't make sense, right?
Yeah.
So that means when your walking speed is so slow, then of course your distance is also can be covered. It's very short. Does it make sense? Okay, so that is called a direct proportional relationship. Okay, then if you look at this, example one from your textbook. So what do you see here is, can you see your distance cover goes up? Of course you don't care about the pattern first, like in between is 30, don't care about the pattern first, but you can see that from 30 it goes to 60, then go to 90, go to 120. So basically the distance goes up, right? So as the traveling time, so half hour, 1 hour, 1.5 hour, 2 hour, 2.5 hour. Can you see the time required also goes up? Can you see that? So it makes sense, right? So let's say you are asked to go from your house to your school. How much time it takes?
20 minutes.
20 minutes. Okay, good. So if you are asked to travel a longer distance from your house to my place, how much time it takes? Roughly today.
I think 45.
45. Okay, good. No need to be so exact. I just want to have a sense. Okay, so your house to your school is 20 because of short distance, right? So your house to my place is 45 minutes because longer distance, right? So can you see, let's not talk about this example, even the example of you going to your school, coming to my house, short distance, less time, long distance, longer time, right? Does it make sense? So for this one, you can see that the time goes up when the distance goes up. So this is that means the time and so it's always about is so when we talk about a relationship it's always more than 2, at least 2, right? At least 2. So in this case it's 2. So the t and the d, the time and the distance, right, has a direct direct proportional relationship. Are you clear? So how? So I hope after today you know how to decide whether that two things have a direct relationship or not. Okay? Okay? So when we talk about a relationship, it's at least 2. So if I give you just time, 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, can you tell the relationship?
No.
Why not?
Cause
Single, alone, one item, cannot. At least 2, right?
yeah.
Okay, good. So now if you look at this, show that y and t are in direct proportion. Very easy. Just tell t goes up. Or over here they use y. Okay lah, just use y. Y goes up. So that's it. Okay? So if reverse means time comes down, the y also goes down. Yes. Okay? So both are up, both are down. These are direct relationship. Does it make sense? Okay, good. Express y in terms of t. So now they ask you to express. So in fact, you can see that for a direct relationship, I remember, for a direct relationship or direct proportional relationship, there is a formula. Okay? So in a way, right, next time when you talk about proportionality, if I'm going to give you a summary of proportionality, just remember 2 cases. This is a direct. I'm going to cut short direct proportional relationship, direct relationship, direct proportional relationship. They mean the same thing. Then I'm going to cut short. So you have direct. Then you have the second case, which is indirect. You can call it indirect, or you can call it inverse. Okay? So for direct, there is a formula, is y equals to kx. And k is a constant. So what is a constant? So constant is a whole number. It always stay the same lah. So what stay the same? Like 2, 2.2, 1/3. Okay? So I mean k can be 2, can be 2.2, can be 1/3. Okay? So just remember, when it's a direct relationship, you use y equal to kx. Y and x, they are the 2 items. Okay? Then k is the factor and it's a constant. Okay? Can? So you can call this a factor. Okay, k is a factor. So k is a factor and is a constant. Okay? So when next time you have a direct relationship, so you use the formula y equals to kx. So today, yes, I'm going to do this question because this is direct relationship. Can you see? So I'm going to use the formula. That means next time when you see direct proportional, you just write down y equals to kx. Okay? But in this case, you can see, right, they don't use y and x. They use what? They use y and t, right? Okay? Then how? Okay, they use y and t. My y is my y. Then my t, I change it to, I change the x with t. So the k is a factor, right? And it's also a constant, right? Am I right? Okay? So therefore, we need to find the k. How to find k? Very easy. Use 1 pair. What's your y? 30. What's your t? 0.5. Can you find out what's k? Or in a way you can write k here. You can write k here. Then equal. No, you just use a calculator. What are you doing? Oh, you want to show me the step, is it? You need to. No need. I will write for you for this example. So how do you get k? You divide by 0.5 here, right? So you divide by 0.5 here. You divide by 5 on the left also.
60.
Okay, so k equals to 60. So in a way, right, k is 60. So 60 is a factor. So in a way, right, k is a factor, is also constant. So 60 is a factor, 60 is also a constant. Does it make sense? Okay? Can? So to answer part B, okay, to answer A, right, you just have to say t increases, y increases. Okay? To answer part B, because it's a direct proportionality, so what you do, you just do y equals to kt, and then you just write down k is equal to 60, and then you just write down y equals to 60t. So that's the answer for part B. Okay? Now, they want to find C, right? They say find the value of y when t equals to 1.25. So what you do, you already have y equals to 60t, right? So now, they want to find y when t equals to 1.25, right? Then you just sub the t inside this. Then you get y already. 60 times 1.25.
75.
Okay? Then now, instead of finding t, right? Okay, instead of finding y, now in this case, they want to find the t. So what you do? So you have y equals to 60t. Then you, y equals to 72. Then what's t? So this one divided by 60. This one you divide by 60. So t equals to?
1.2.
Good. Okay, so draw the graph. Draw the graph, very simple. Right? Right? Just plot. Okay? So, in a way, if I need to give you a summary, what you need to do is, step 1, decide the relationship. So just now it's a direct relationship. Quickly write down y equals to kx. And write down k is a factor or a constant. That's your first step. Okay? Step 2. They will give you some value of y and x1. They will give you some value of y and x. Okay? Your job is to find k given y and x. Okay? So after that, third step, okay, then y is equal to kx, and take the value of k from step 2. Can you see? Your step 2 will give you a value of k, right? So you just write y equals to kx, but take the value of k from step 2. Okay? Can? That means your this k will be the value from step 2. Okay? Then that's it. Okay? So now we look at another example. So yes, can you try this out? Yeah, this question with this summary here on a piece of paper. Answer A, B, C, D, E. Quick, don't waste time. So actually part B, right? For here part B, hello. For part B, you need to make use of the summary here. Okay? You finish part A already?
No.
Part A also no finish. How to show direct? Just look at T and W lah. Both up, both down, direct already. Simple, right? So this case is both up or both down. So this one is both up or both down?
Up.
Yep, good. So you just have to write down T. T goes up, then W also goes up. Then that's a direct proportion. Okay? That's very hard, no? Or you don't know how to write. You can either use the arrow or you can write the English out. Up to you. Okay? I prefer the arrow. Okay? It's very intuitive. Simple to understand. Okay? Then express W in terms of T, then you need to make use of this. Hold on, maybe I need to write direct here now. Because sometimes it's not always direct one. So in case, because this question is direct, so this y equals to kx is for direct, so I bracket it. So you write down k equals to y equals to kx already, bracket direct. You write down already? Y equals to kx and bracket direct. Write down already?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So now in this question, is it is it y and x or is something else? In this question is what? Relationship between what? In this question is the relationship between which two?
The T and the W.
Which one comes first? They
The
say which one?
W.
W first. So basically you replace the W. That means you sub the W into here or here. Just now you say which one comes first?
W.
W comes first. So over here, so your W should go to the Y or the X?
The Y.
Yes. Do it. So the Y is W. And then the T is the K or the X? Answer my question. W replace with Y. Then the T replace the K or replace the X? K or X?
K.
This one is the relationship between which two?
K and X.
This is the relation between K and X? What is K?
Factor.
Or what?
Constant.
So this is the relationship between what? Read, if I give you y equals to kx, is the relationship between which two? Say it out loud.
Y and X.
Very good. K is a
constant.
the relation is between
Y and X.
very good. So this one is the relation between for this question is
W and T.
good. So you need to replace
The Y and the X
exactly with
W and the T.
go and do it. You really need to know the relationship between which two. This one is the relationship between Y and X. That one is W and T. And which one comes first?
The W.
Yes. So Y comes first in this case, the W comes first. So you need to sub in accordingly, replace accordingly. So what you end up with after replacing?
150 equals to
什么? Just now what you say? You replace
W equals to
Ah.
K
Uh-huh.
and the T.
And you better read it out what you end up with. Read it out what you end up with.
W equals to K
K what?
T.
What is in between?
K times T.
Yes. Have you done it? K times T or K and T?
K times T.
Exactly. What's the next step?
Find K
Given?
given Y and X.
In this case it's Y and X. But for this question, given?
W and T.
Yep, given W and T. So, which one you choose?
The first one.
Okay, go ahead. Then you can find K. Quick, don't waste my time. Simple mathematics. We need to speed up. We are here to learn things.我呢下一啲佢嚟一條嚟入去俾我更先啦。有冇一個日常嚟睇加俾我更先？哦，係啊。咪啲土佢嚟搞到咪有人嚟。Next time when you reach, immediately message me, okay? Don't just sit here, okay? If no one comes to you after 5 minutes, you need to either call me or message me already. Can you do it? Okay? I don't need to waste time. We are here to learn. Okay? Can or not? Okay? I might be busy with something, but after 5 minutes, if nobody attend to you, call or message. Can or not? Good. So what's K?
15.
Okay, then now over here you write down y equals to kx. Then take the value of k from step 2. So instead of y equals to kx, what you write now?
Y equals to 15.
No. What you write now? In this, now you are doing this question. This is the template. So you need to write down y equals to kx in this case. So in this case, you need to write down. So you start with y equals to kx here. You write y equals to kx. So here you start with what? Here what you start with?
W.
Can you speak fast? Don't give me one word by one word. What you start with this?
W equals to 15.
What you start with? You start with. This one you start with y equals to kx. This one you start with what? Read there lah. You read here.
W equals to K T.
Write it down. Read the statement. Take the value of k from step 2. So take the value of k from your step 2. So what you end up with?
W equals 15t.
Correct. Now answer the rest of the question C, D, E. They give you 35 hours. They want you to find the wages. Wages is W. So W is equal to
15t.
再来一次 W is equal to what you end up with?
15.
15t. What is T now? Plus C.
35 hours.
So what you should end up with?
15. 35.
What you should end up with, like?
W equals to 15 times 35.
Yes? Why 15 times 35?
Cos
Why not divide? Answer my question, why? What is 35 here?
the t,
T. So you just replace your T with?
the 35.
Exactly. That's why you end up with 15T. You end up with 15?
There is 35.
Exactly. How much?
5 to 5.
Okay, good. Part D. So now they ask you to find the hours. That means they ask you to find time. They give you the W is 675. So what you end up with? What you end up with? Fifth. Quickly. So 675 is equal to? They ask you to find what? Part D.
Find the number of hours.
Which is?
T.
Yes? Hour means what? Hour means what?
Time.
Yes. Time stand for? I mean what stand for time?
T.
Yes. Then what you should end up with?
675 equals to 15t.
Yes. Write it down. And your job is to find out?
T.
Yes. Go ahead. Show me. T represent time. Okay. Time is in hours. Your job is to find out time, which is T in this case. So what's the answer?
45.
Okay. So it's 45 hours. Okay. So I'm not going to ask you to graph. Okay. Because you just have to what? What you need to do? Plot it out. Okay. We will skip this for today. Okay. But next time we cannot skip. Okay. Good. One more. Not hard, huh? Very, very direct. Okay, they say plot. I don't want to plot already. Let me see. So we talk about direct, right?
Yeah.
So now we talk about indirect. So right? Indirect is y equals to k over x. So I mean instead of using y equals to kx, right? If it's an indirect relationship, you use this formula. Okay? And then you just same thing. K is a factor and it's also a constant. And you follow the just now the step 1, 2, and 3 exactly. But you don't use the, so instead not you don't use this. Because we are talking about indirect. So you use the y equals to, right? Sorry. y equals to k over x. Can I ask you, this is a relationship between y
and x.
it's y and x, okay? It's between y and x. So later when you change, you only change the y with something, you change the x with something. The k is for you to
Fine.
yes. Okay? Good. Which one come first?
Y.
Yes. Now, how do you decide it's a indirect relationship? So, then the opposite of direct lor. Opposite of direct is indirect, right? Opposite of direct is indirect, right?
Yeah.
So just now, what is direct? Direct means both up. Okay? Both down. Right? So opposite of both up, opposite of both down means one is up, the other is down. Or one is down, the other is what?
Up.
Yes. So this is a indirect. Simple or not? Simple or not? Both up, both down. What relationship?
Direct.
Yeah. One up, one down, one down, one up.
Indirect.
Very good. So now let's decide for this example. Can you see that you have a D? They have 1, 2, 3, 4. Can you see? D is going up, right? Can you see D is going up?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4 keep going up, right?
Yeah.
R. Of course you don't care what's R, but just need to see whether it's up or down, right? So 0.04. Then the other one is 0.01. I just shortcut it because I don't want to take so many numbers. 0.048. So what's the trend here for R? Up or down? R 0.04, 0.01, 0.00448. Up or down?
Oh wait, down.
You don't even know whether the number is bigger or smaller.
It's down.
Down, right? Descending, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So can you see D is up, R is what?
Down.
Down. So this is a
Indirect.
very good indirect. So what I'm trying to say is, which one and which one has an indirect relationship in this case? Just now it's Y and X. In this case?
D and R.
Very good. So can you do this question? Now. By following this. Yes, done. This one. Can you see the question properly?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Don't tell me you don't even know how to. Just pick it up. You can't decide like whether it's a downtrend or it's an uptrend. I can't help you, okay? This one. You first, this is an indirect, right? We already do the first step already. So determine whether it's inverse. Yes, it's inverse. And then you just show that D up, R down. That's it. Very hard, ma? No, right? It's very simple, right? Right? You finish A already?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So, part B. Can you see that they say R and D square? Can you see R and D square?
Yeah.
R and D square. So, which means that in this question, you need to do one more step. So, you have D, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you have R, 0.0432. Then this is 0.0108. This is 0.0048. then this is 0.0027. This is R, right? But somehow part B, they want D what?
D square.
Yes, so you need to write down D square on top. So D square is, D is 1, D square is
1 times
1 times what?
2.
1 times 2?
1 times 1.
1 times 1 is?
1.
I also memorize. Then D is 2, D square is?
2 times 2.
Mm.
4.
D is 3, D square is?
9.
Okay, good. 4, D square is?
16.
Okay, good. So answer yourself. D square is up or down? The trend is up. But for radius, I mean for the R, up or down?
Down.
Down. Okay, good. So you can decide the whether it's inverse or not inverse. So inverse or not inverse? Part B.
Yes.
What? Yes. I asked you whether it's inverse or not inverse.
It's inverse.
It's inverse. Then write down. Why? 为什么? Because D square go up, R come down. So you write down whether it's indirect or inverse. So you write down the reason. Done?
Yeah.
Okay, then for part C, right, you need to use this. You need to use this. So you write down y equals to k over x first. So you then you replace your y with what? What do you think? You think the R comes first or D comes first?
D.
How do you decide which one comes first? You read the question. The resistance R for a fixed length varies with the diameter. So which one comes first?
R.
Yes. So the R comes first. You don't get tricked by them, like they put the D here, then the R here, then you decide the order. No, read the question. Over here it says the resistance R, right? For this one vary with the diameter. So the R vary with the diameter, meaning R vary with the diameter. So R comes first. So if for this one, right, the Y varies with the X. Okay? Then for just now the question, the W vary with the T. Does it make sense? Okay? That's how you decide. Okay, good. So this is y equals to k over x. So in this example it should be
R equals to K over D.
yes. Write it down. And bracket indirect. Okay, step 2.
Find
K
K
given
given Y and X.
y and x. In this case is y and x. So in this case is find k given
R
R and
D.
yes. Which one you take? Which one you take?
The first one.
Okay, good. Go ahead, quick. So what is k? Use your calculator, quick. You know how to solve this? You know how to solve this? Do you know that your 1 you can see as 1 over 1? Then you can do cross multiply. Can you use more more spacing? Because I don't want you to squeeze everything together. There is a problem when you squeeze everything together. So what's your k? If it's a decimal number, then you can express it in a fraction. Okay, fraction.
47
Mm.
over
Okay, good. Okay, good. Now write down y equals to kx, but this is y equal to kx. So over here you should write as
r
r
equals
equal to k what? K what?
over
K over.
d.
Yes. And then over here, right? Over here, third cell, take the value of k from step 2. So take the value of k in this case from step 2. So mm-hmm. 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 Divide by. Yeah, done. Okay? That sums up our first half. Simple? Okay? So you just need to remember the steps. Okay? Okay, I quickly go and